Yeah, well, congratulations to Georgia. Came in with a really good game plan, played excellent all the way around, offensively, defensively, and in the circle. And just want to thank our fans. Thought they did a really good job. It was great energy this weekend. We came out and really showed their support for our team, even after the loss. You can still hear them congratulatory remarks and claps and things. So just appreciate everybody for their hard work. It was a tough season for everybody, and especially our staff and the game day staff. Just appreciate everybody's hard work and just doing everything they could to ensure that not only our team but all the teams we played this season here had a safe and a great experience. So just appreciate everybody for all their hard work. And so just obviously it's going to be a totally different season next year without Katie Chronister and Jamie Hoover and Kendall Lindemann and Jordan Matthews. Just appreciate all their contributions to our program. Four great human beings, good people, good teammates, hard workers, and just excited for their future. Post softball, and all will have their degree from the University of Florida. And so happy for them and all their contributions to our program, and I'm really proud of the development and their growth as people and players. So, but appreciate everybody, and just we'll open up for questions.
All right. Thank you, Coach. We'll start off with Zach.
Hey, Coach, obviously yesterday you and your players are still confident that you guys could come out here and get hits. And even in Athens, you guys had success against their pitcher and homered a few times. Just what wasn't working this weekend at the plate?
Yeah, I think that, her location, she was ahead. She didn't hardly walk us. We didn't have hardly any hit by pitches. We didn't have enough hits. Didn't put a lot of pressure on them. But I think that just her ability to throw, whatever pitch she wanted, it felt like she could throw it to where she wanted. So her location was excellent. Changed speeds. I felt like her speed differential was good. The lower pitch that she throws pretty hard that she could bounce, she could do that when she wanted to. And then the slower curve or the pitch in the air, and she just did a really good job. And we knew that going in, in scouting, she's probably touches more spots in the zone than any other pitcher we faced all season. So it was a tough game when we got one hit there placed the first night, and it was tough last night. And I thought our swings are good today. I mean, definitely a lot better than they were last night. But, obviously when you're in a hole and especially in elimination day, you can just start to feel the air get sucked out of the hitter's life. But I thought we still competed all the way through the entire game.
And then obviously Elizabeth coming off of the no-hitter last week. Just what'd you think about how she did today, and how much did that hurt not being able to get her for a few more innings today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it changes the score for sure. But again, credit them. It seemed like every time we walk somebody, with the exception of the one late, every time we walked somebody, they scored. So the free passes that we gave up, were a lot to overcome. But they did a good job. I mean, she gave up an inside pitch home run. She gave up a changeup home run. Katie Chronister gives up an outside pitch home run. So yeah, I just give them more credit. I don't think the Gators were really. I don't think we were much different this weekend. We had a couple little, not necessarily miscues, but a couple plays we probably want to, we look back, want to make them. But I thought overall it was more Georgia and less us. I thought they just did a much better job competing this weekend than we did.
And then finally, Linda, she got another hit today. Lindemann got another hit today, double, excuse me, and Hoover hit as well. Can you just talk about what those seniors have meant to this program and this team a little bit more?
Yeah, Jamie's obviously been here for 5 years, so I've got a chance to know Jamie now for almost better than 10 years in her life. So it's been a long time that I've known her since she was a little kid playing for her dad on the Georgia Elite. So obviously the memories, and there's gonna be a lot of cool memories. Jamie had probably overall had a good career for championships. Had a great game-winning hit for us against Tennessee. That's going to be probably one of the most notable ones that she helped us hang a banner, and I think that, she's been named one of our captains this year. She did a good job. She's very positive. Her teammates, respect her and like her. And she just has a cool way about her that I enjoyed being around her. She just, she worked hard and gave us a lot of, just gave us a lot, gave us all she had. And Kendall obviously being here as a transfer, but she delivered. To coach a kid who never earned less than an A in the classroom just says a lot about her attention to those things that matter. And she worked really hard. This season wasn't the season probably that she wanted in regards to wow, eye-popping statistics, but I thought she really worked hard and gave us everything she had. Or, her body from being a catcher her whole entire life is probably breaking down a little bit, but never complained, never did anything, did everything I asked. And so I appreciate that. And same thing with Katie Cronister. I mean, she's, to never go through a struggle in her career until she got to Florida, and how she dealt with the adversity. And I've seen a lot of kids quit, and she didn't. She stayed with it. She gave us all she had. The last 2 seasons were her best. And, I appreciate her. She was also named a captain of our team, and it says a lot about you when your teammates vote you that. So, happy. And Jordan Matthews, she came in here with some high praise and really good. Took her team to the first ever state postseason, the CIF postseason in high school, and tore her ACL on the very first play of her that season, that postseason. But again, I thought she gave us everything she had. Her body, the same thing, just kind of deteriorated itself. And but again, never complained, just smiled and worked through a couple surgeries and a couple different positions and some other things. And again, same thing. She helped us hang a banner. We beat Texas A&M with that unbelievable home run in that moment, and some other games along the way. So really, I'm proud of those guys, and their families should be proud of them too. They really, they mean a lot to our program. They've meant a lot to our program. They're going to be Gators for life. And I'm happy I had a chance to coach them through the good and the bad. I mean, obviously everything's, it happens for a reason. So really, really proud of them, the way they handled their successes and failures as a team and individual.
Thanks, Tim. Congrats on the season.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zach. Chris?
Tim, you said a couple times yesterday, you used the phrase, we are what we are. But could you have foreseen these offensive struggles at this time of the season?
I mean, if you're going to see it, this is when you're going to see it. When you face the best of the best who've gotten somewhere. So if you're going to see it now, this is typically the common denominator when you start to see it. But if you would ask me if I thought this was going to happen in January and February, I'd say no. If you asked me if I thought this was going to happen in March, I'd say yes, once we started becoming what we are. And unfortunately, our preseason was really good. And I didn't think we ever really got to that form again offensively, just for whatever reason, whether it be coaching, maybe I didn't do a great job. Maybe be, just the simple, the simple hard. This was a tough season, and I don't want to ever take that for granted for our young people, what they had to go through to get on the field and stay on the field and do all those things. So I don't know if it was mental fatigue, if it was just fatigue, if it was, like I said, if it was bad coaching. We just never really got to the point that I thought we could get to offensively. I thought our pitching and our defense really saved our butts and put us in a great position to win a lot of ball games. But I never thought our offense really ever got to where I thought we could be, to be quite honest with you.
Is Georgia an example of really good offense beats good pitching and defense? Because I know how much you lean on pitching and defense.
Well, I think it's hard for me to say that when the pitcher didn't give up any runs. So I think that obviously their pitcher did a great job, and their offense did a better job than we did. But I think that again, they've had some really great games. She's thrown now at least 3 shutouts that I know of in a row. Against us, against Duke, and she's done a really good job. So tip my cap to her and them, and their coaching staff. And I'm not going to read anything else into it. I just thought they did a really good job competing.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Next we have Noah.
Hey, Coach. What can you just say about the team? How proud are you of them? Just everything you guys, the disappointing end to last season, all the COVID restrictions, especially early in the season. How proud are you for them just withstanding all that and then putting together one of the best regular seasons in recent program history?
Yeah, I appreciate the way you framed that question, Noah, because I think that again, I'll go to my phone here in a little while and see all the the different communications to our team and our program and tags and all the other things. But I appreciate the way you framed that, because it does get overlooked. We had a fantastic season. Played really well. We lost 1 series all year long. Unfortunately, we picked the wrong series to lose. But I am proud of our team. They've accomplished a ton. We had some huge growth amongst our program. Emily Wilkie filled in awesome when we needed her to catch at the SEC tournament. Julia Cottrell grew a ton. Sarah Longley played an outstanding, consistent shortstop. She didn't have a ton of mistakes. Our pitching staff did a great job. Very, very proud. I mean, our entire staff, and I appreciate from Greg Sankey and from Scott Strickland and President Fox to just give us a little bit of time, be patient with everything, and kind of just see where we're going to line up. And really proud, proud of what we've built here and the consistency that we built it in. And disappointed that we're not advancing. But again, I'd much rather get beat than beat myself. And, they beat us. And so it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's still a lot easier to swallow a pill like that than it is when you come out and just, you're a disaster and you play bad and you throw the ball around. They earned it. And so, we are what we are, and the outcome just, was dictated by them. But thank you for the positivity and the way you framed that question. I appreciate it.
The last time the team, the Gators, did not make the Women's College World Series was in 2016, and it was a Super Regionals loss to Georgia. I know obviously it's 5 years ago, so you may not remember it super closely, but from what you can recall, what are the differences and similarities between that ending and the ending this season?
Yeah, I think that, the Friday night, even that was, the Friday night games were pretty similar. I think it was a 4-0 game Friday night and 3-0 game in 2016. They did a really good job, of hitting Delaney Gorley that night. They did a really good job of hitting Natalie Lugo, last night. So I think they're very similar. The only difference is that, we carried a lead for a long period of time and, couldn't muster up anything. And then, we had, at the 7th inning, that's obviously well documented. But I think that, again, I don't know that I don't know if they were similar. The only thing that was similar is that obviously that, they were able to come in here and advance themselves moving forward. But, again, the common denominators, they came in and played better than us in both series. And, that's something not to overlook if you're sitting in my office, for the rest of the postseason.
And then last question for me, what can you say about the fans here? I mean, it looked like for today's game, it was probably 75% full. And just how excited does it make you for next season when the stands will be back at full capacity for the whole season, hopefully?
Yeah, I greatly appreciate, it's one of those things that you can look up there in the stands and see, everybody with their waters and their fans and their outdoor hats and things that they're wearing to try to, keep the sun off them. So it's awesome to see. I mean, like I said, I don't take for granted what we've built here and how hard it is to win and how hard it is to sustain winning. And, we've brought in a bunch of first-class kids, and our fans are equally, to credit for our successes. They've really supported us well. I look outside early this morning and, we've got people lined up already getting ready to come into the stadium, and, the cars parked early. So I appreciate it. It's something that we don't take for granted, that people are paying their money and spending their time to spend the Memorial Day weekend with the Gators here at KSP.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Noah. We have a couple more questions left. Mark, we'll go to you for one.
Coach, obviously Georgia struggled down the stretch in SEC play. We're unseeded, and now it's going to Oklahoma City. How equipped are they, you think, to make noise there? What will it take for them to be a contender to win it all?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to say what they need to be a contender, but if you don't give up any runs at the College World Series, you got a good shot of winning some ball games. So I think it starts in the circle. She's done a great job. They did something last weekend that give them credit. They went to their other pitchers in a game where a lot of people go and try to go their ace, and they went to their other pitchers and got found a way to win 10-9 or 9-8, whatever the score was. So I think this offense is good. They're young in some ways, but very experienced in others, and I think that they're a good team. I mean, again, their record surprises me. Just because of how good they are, how hard they compete. I mean, their coach is coaching them up in the 7th inning as hard as she was in the 1st inning of the 1st game. So they get coached hard, they get pushed hard. And, when you go to the College World Series, it really comes down to, not only the preparation, but confidence. So, again, if they can maintain their confidence and the pitcher pitches well, they got a good shot to beat anybody any day.
Thank you.
All right. Last question for Coach Walton, Eric Lopez.
Coach, when you reflect back on this team in this past year, years from now, think about what comes to your mind, considering all the challenges this season brought with the protocols and COVID, and yet to accomplish what you accomplished under these circumstances. What are you going to remember when you reflect back?
Well, I think one of the things that I can really, really, really remember and embrace is just how consistent our work was when we're playing for nothing. Playing August 31st, we're training, and you don't know if you're going to play softball. And you get to, December, and you get to January, and you get to February, and then you start to see, the reflection is going to be just how dang consistent this group was. They came every single day, and Hannah Adams is the leader in our roller drill activity that we do every single day. And Amanda Lorenz throwing the quarterback drills to the infielders, and the outfielders playing catch 6 and 7 minutes longer than every one of our infielders, and our catchers going through the routine. I can't really overlook how much better we got every single day. And, I think that that's one thing that I'm not going to ever take for granted. And, I don't have a t-shirt to recognize this team that I coach in this year, but I got a ring to recognize this team and this program this year. And I think that that's really something special. We've had some really good teams here that didn't earn a ring, but they got to the College World Series. So I think that ultimately the challenge always lies that we want to win championships, and championships easy to reflect on it, but we've had some great teams here, and this team will go down as one of the hardest working, consistent teams that I've coached. And I think I'll give all the credit to the athletes, because they could have easily dogged it and overlooked it, and they didn't. And I'm proud of them for just maintaining their consistency and learning how to Zoom and reading the books. And really we had no issues on this team all season long. They really did a good job of communicating clearly and really embracing each other's similarities and differences in the competition. So really proud of them, definitely proud. And it's again, I appreciate that, Eric, that you guys recognize, you guys all had to do the same thing. We all had big time challenges this year, being media and coaches and players, and so we appreciate everybody's hard work. And unfortunately we didn't play very well, and it is what it is. It's a game. We'll hopefully get better from it, and get ready again for next year when that time comes.